One day I want to be able to give people the opportunity to experience manga the way I experienced it growing up. I got some lights, that's why it's a little bit brighter. Hopefully this helps. Welcome to paradise, guys. It's your boy Tuffy. Today I want to talk about what my goal is with this channel. One thing that really motivated me to start this channel was to talk about how one day I want to have a magnificent, beautiful, ginormous manga library. This is where I'm at now. I made a video about where my collection is. You can watch it there. I call it a manga library because I have really big aspirations, okay? I don't know anything about running a library. I have been to libraries all my life, and that's as much as I know. Obviously, this is something that is way over my head, but it's something that I want to do. I know it's gonna be quite daunting once we get into the brass tacks of it all. So some things I wanna have in my manga library one day. I wanna have collections of some of the oldest manga in print. I wanna have some manga script ideas, some drafts from artists. I wanna have maybe even sketchbooks from mangaka, personal effects of the mangaka. I know that a lot of it would be based in Japanese, and that's fantastic. There's so much connected with Japanese culture and actual manga writing. It's inseparable. I want it to be a place that has some cultural connection to the world of manga, behind the scenes, and looking towards the future. Heck, maybe even one day it'll be so big of a manga library that I can be involved in helping people out with publication, maybe make connections with publishing companies in Japan even. That's just lofty goal, lofty big dream ideas. As time goes on, I want to dive more into what the manga library would actually look like in a architectural and design way. I want to have several copies of the same volume so that I can just restock shelves. Let's say somebody borrows a book and then they just don't return it. That's actually totally fine. If they borrow it and don't bring it back, they'll just be charged for the manga and it'll be like they bought it. Come here. Another point about this manga library that I want to have in the future is that I want it to be connected to schools. Primarily, I want it to be connected to universities or colleges in the local area. And I would love there to be some classes in that college that support and work kind of symbiotically with the manga library. I'd love education to be a part of the library, and I love the library to be a resource for the school. Another aspect I want to have for this manga library is I want it to also serve food and drink. You'd have your standard coffee shop kind of vibe. You'd have your lattes, you'd have your iced coffees. I'd also love it to have a almost like rotating parking lot of food trucks that would come by and eat in the little small cafeteria inside the first floor of the manga library. In that manga cafe area, there'd probably be a few computers there for people to do some research, and then there'd be probably a bunch of tables for people to eat. I kind of wanted it to be a place that people can just kind of hang out and talk there and be loud, and that first floor with the manga cafe is kind of like a lobby area, Even though libraries are typically really quiet, the first floor can be kind of like an open area, hangout spot, and then as you go upstairs, it's a little bit more quiet, glass doors that seal in sound, and that way they're kind of separated. I want to have several conference rooms in that manga library, maybe on like the third, fourth floor. It's so that people can have meetings there, even if it's just like Zoom calls, or if it's like recording for a audition or something like that. Just want to have people able to use it as a real place to elevate whatever they're doing. There'd probably also be a gift shop on that first floor. So maybe like on the opposite side of the cafe, there'd be a big gift shop where you can buy a lot of merchandise, you can buy a lot of sweet new release stuff, like manga, new Funko Pops, you know, whatever it may be that people are demanding, the proceeds will just go to the library and help fund it. One really important thing that I want to have in the manga library is a place where the space can turn into a stage and a place for musicians to perform. That'd be a cool thing to like have concerts there for big events. Let's say it's like, you know, Asian Pacific Islander month and there's some special event going on in the community. I want the library to be able to host that. Finally, my other big dream about this manga library would be I'd want the basement of the library to have a really big theater room. I'd love to have movies showing there seasonally, whether it's Studio Ghibli or if it's like Mappa movies or, you know, anime movies, stuff like that. It'd be really quiet, it'd be, you know, really cushioned seats, a whole experience. Maybe people can rent it out and have a party there and we can do catering there. Overall, I just want the manga library to be an awesome place for people to come by and hang out. So you've heard some of my ideas about the manga library. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna get there. I'm doing research into who to talk to about libraries in general. This past week, I just emailed somebody from Ohio State University because currently, I believe that they have the largest manga collection in the Western world. I wanna know, how did Ohio State, of all places, get to that place? I want to go there personally, visit it, get a tour of it, hopefully, and then maybe talk to some of the staff there and understand exactly how they started and how they got where they are. So hopefully that video is coming up in the future. For now, I'm trying to think about this whole dream project of a manga library more at the level of what am I doing now that I can do to get to that place or even begin to lay the foundations for that. I think there's no better way to start than to speak it aloud to the world. So here I am. I want the universe to hear that I'm trying to build a manga library. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. This is just another day in paradise. Appreciate it, y'all. And until next time, peace.